Hello YouTube, Marauders here, and today I have the Dell M115HD Projector. Yes, if this is a very small LED projector. It's really small. It looks really cute. Okay, so it's we can see that there's pretty much not much to talk about. It's a projector, other than its small size. And you can see that there's a HDMI port, there is the USB port, a plug to output the audio in case you feel that the onboard speakers aren't enough, and they usually aren't enough. And there's a little multi-IO port which you plug in this cable to get access to a VGA connector. And then in front you see the nice lens element, and here is the focus dial. There's a bunch of the control settings here, some warning lights. Then at the bottom you have your little adjustment screw, in which you can just screw it down so you can angle it when you're doing the focus. And of course you also have a little 1/4-inch screw to mount it on, to put it on a tripod or something if you don't want to just leave it on the tabletop, which you'll see why there's a reason that you might want to actually put it in a tripod mount later. Because one of the main reasons if you want to do that is that you can't actually zoom the projector image. You have to move it back and forth to get a bigger or smaller image. So that's why you might want to move it on, put it on another projector, on another tripod stand or something, instead of just leaving it on the table like a normal projector. But okay, that's the physical part. And one thing that I got to mention is the fact that the M115HD comes with this nice little bag which you can use to hold the projector, and then you can just stick all the power cable. You can stick the VGA cable into the cavity at the bottom. Then you have your little power adapter brick, and then you have your power cable, and it all goes in a nice, neat, small little package. That's actually very thoughtful, I must add. Really nice of Dell to give you that. Okay, so now I've hooked up the M115HD onto my PS4. So let's just go through the adjustments you can make. First of all, you can of course adjust the focus via the focus ring. Now, from what I've read online and some experience that I have with it, is that due to how the small little lens works, as you use it, the focus will actually run a little due to the heat generated by the light, and the lens will expand, and the focus will actually run a little as you use it until the lens gets hot enough that it stops expanding. So that might be a little quirk that you might need to be aware of in case you decide to. Well, you're not supposed to mount this projector anywhere where you can't actually reach it, so maybe it's not too much of a problem. But you just need to know that as you're using it, you need to adjust the focus to continually get a sharp image until the lens stops expanding due to the heat. Now, the other thing that you can do is, of course, you can adjust the vertical keystone, so that if your projector is tilted, you can just switch it around. You just move the keystone around so that you can get a better picture. So you can only adjust vertical keystone, you cannot adjust the horizontal keystone. Now, and finally, there's no zoom on the lens, so the only way to get a bigger picture for your projection is that you need to you have to physically move the projector back and forth from the projection surface. Now another thing that I like to point out here is that notice that I'm in a brightly lit room. I have a fluorescent light right now, so and you can still see the picture quite clearly. So this projector has a really good lighting. It can give out a decently bright image, even though it's in a lit room. So you don't specifically need to have a dark dim room compared to other portable projectors like this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move the camera closer to the projector image so you can see more detail. And so you can now see the color reproduction. Now the sound you're hearing right now is coming from the projector. It's delivered through the HDMI on the PS4. The speaker is, well, it's a speaker, there's sound coming out from it, but right now it's already running on maximum. It can probably fill up a small quiet room, but it can rip out. The sound is already distorting right now already, so this is already at maximum, so it distorts quite easily. As for the picture wise, the color and everything, well, I'm no audiophile or anything, but it looks pretty nice and decent to me, so you definitely can. I feel that it's definitely something you can use if you just need a projector to take with you have a presentation or something. You just need to have a getaway. You want to bring a console and you want to have a projector in your hotel room or maybe a villa or something. Quite usable. Let's just go through some more. So now I have the projector hooked up to a computer, and if we check the screen resolution, you can see that the native is 1280 times 800, and it's capable of being pushed up to 1920 times 1080. So we just keep it at 1280 times 800 first, and you can be able to see that if your main purpose is to do some presentations, it's quite adequate. The wordings are nice and smooth, and everything's quite visible. So for a presentation projector, this is actually pretty decent. It works. But of course, in case you actually need it to be at a high resolution, we could bump it up to 1080. So I'll just move it up to 1920. So now it's 1080p. And while you can still see it if you're presenting some slides or something, you can still see your presentations. But of course, if you try to use it to browse the internet or use it to read other small words, you can see that the font itself are not very clear really. This of course can be helped by adjusting in Windows. You could adjust the font size to zoom it larger or something if you actually need it in 1080p. So other than that, if you are going at the lower resolutions, the words actually appear quite well. It's actually quite visible, and it's quite usable for using it for presentations, especially considering the fact how small this thing is. That's it. It's the Dell M115HD. It's small little thing, small little projector, but it's portable and it actually works quite well. You can use it pretty well. It's pretty decent, pretty bright. I don't think you can use it in broad daylight, but if you use it in an office room, it shouldn't be any problems. So does its job pretty well. Recommended if you are looking for any sort of portable projector that you can carry around and you want to use it, and you want it to be actually usable instead of the usual portable projectors where the room needs to be completely dark or something. Okay, this is Marauders. I'll see you in the next video.